Give me the camera. Give it off, down.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Defending Your Movie here on Screen.com. This time around we're going to be defending a somewhat obscure movie that you probably haven't seen before. It's called Waking the Dead, and it's based on an excellent book by a guy named Scott Spencer. Now, you might know Scott Spencer as the author of Endless Love, a thoroughly recommendable book from 1979 that was also translated into a film by Franco Zeffirelli. But even if you're not familiar with his work, Waking the Dead is still a highly recommendable film, mostly due to the incredibly precise performances given by Billy Crudup and Jennifer Connelly. Not that it was a big hit. It made around $250,000 when it came out and didn't really get the best reviews. But in my opinion, this is a movie eminently worth a defense. So let's get down to it. Now, I admit it, I'm a sucker for a good love story, and they don't come much more fierce than they do in Waking the Dead. Crudup here plays an aspiring politician named Fielding Pierce, while Connelly plays his lover Sarah Williams, a young activist. The movie starts where you might expect it to end, actually, as Fielding learns that Sarah has died in a car bombing. It's an emotionally brutal opening to the film, but of course it doesn't stop there. We quickly get thrust backwards and forwards in time to see the start of Fielding's relationship with Sarah and the somewhat gray life he leads after her death as he runs for Congress. Now, there are a few actors who probably could have pulled off the blend of anger and love and ambition and emptiness and sadness that Fielding goes through in this film. But in retrospect, it's difficult to imagine anyone other than Crudup in the role. He has an intensity that's almost frightening at times, especially later in the film when he believes that Sarah is somehow haunting him or might actually still be alive. He starts seeing her out of the corner of his eye everywhere and hears her voice while walking down the street.
Sarah!
The fact that this occurs while he's in a dead heat in an election for a seat in Congress doesn't help his mental stability all that much. He's on the verge of everything he wants most in life while being tormented by the thing he's fought the hardest to overcome. Crudup brings all this together with a performance that can only be described as raw, in the manner of the great Am I Going Crazy performances. All of his emotions here never seem to be more than one sharp shock away from bubbling over, as they actually do later on in the movie in a dinner scene.
I know this is coming at a bad time for everyone, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm tired, and I don't see things the way that I used to. Everything is fucking strange.
But of course, no romantic film is truly great without two excellent leads, and Oscar winner Jennifer Connelly is absolutely charming and believable as Sarah.
Life's an unbelievable adventure.
Oh, yeah, right. Don't work for the U.S. government. Work for the church. Work for the people who brought us the Children's Crusade and the Inquisition. That's a moral step up.
Infuriating loving you sometimes.
What I might like most about this film is that it's unapologetically intelligent about its ideas. These are two very smart people who are desperately in love with each other, but who recognize that their ambitions are probably destined to tear them apart. Sarah's brand of activism is likely to be a liability to Fielding's political desires, while Fielding thinks that he can do more good by working from inside the system after he's elected to office, much to the chagrin of Sarah's revolution-minded friends.
Symptoms is a sign of his good health.
The pair have intense, meaningful conversations, usually in the form of one-shot long takes, and they have this wonderful way of just looking at each other that immensely helps to sell the romance.
I think I'm scared of disappearing.
There's just a really, really good chemistry between the two actors, making for what winds up being one of my favorite screen romances, in that it's a difficult and challenging relationship without relying on over-imagined complications like you might see in many romantic dramas. Now, not everything is perfect, mind you. Keith Gordon's direction is somewhat workmanlike, and the sections of the film that feature Crudup alone flag a bit in the absence of Connelly for him to react to. But the strength of the performances here alone are capable of letting this film transcend its low-budget origins, and the fact that it manages to smartly embrace the political lives of its political characters without being preachy is simply a bonus. Now, this is a member of one of those small group of films that I not only like, but actually really care about and respond to emotionally.
Come on up, Fielding.
This is a small movie with a big heart, but you don't have to take my word on it. You can actually check it out pretty easily for yourself, since Waking the Dead is available for streaming on Netflix. So please, go ahead and give it a view, add some details and quotes to our wiki of it, and let me know what you think. That's about all the time we have for this episode of Defending Your Movie, so we'll see you on Screen.com, and we'll be back soon.